Good morning. Today we have the excavator that's come to dig the ground for where the big shed's going and the work shed. We sort of marked it out temporarily. Reg is just doing the final markings now. I'll show you in a minute the plan. There's a few things we have to consider. He's just digging it now level, taking off the soil, the grass, because it's a bit of a hill. And then later we're going to do the concrete that the sheds will sit on. Yeah, because the land obviously slopes downwards, we have to consider the cutout. If there's a retaining wall that will need to be put up against the neighbour's land, depending on how deep he has to dig. Drainage. What else? Because obviously there'll be runoff. I'll show you when we get out there. I'll just show you a quick, I'll flip this around and show you a quick sketch that I've done. So this is what I'm talking about. So that's the current shed that we've got that will be moving to place. That's the new shed that's been ordered. Obviously we went from a 9.75 to now an 11 by 9. Which is this new dimension. So what we're wanting to do today is get all this section cut out. That is the neighbouring property here. So I think this sort of section is going to be quite high. So, and then all that will be concreted. And as I've just put off here, there's obviously going to be runoff. How do we deal with that? Do we need a retainer wall? What kind of drainage do we need? Do we put drainage behind the shed? Do we put a channel here? Obviously, we'll probably have some drainage in front. So many questions that I would assume an engineer could help with, but we're trying to nut it out ourselves. As you do, to try and save some pennies on all the expenses that come with having 5 acres and all the infrastructure you've got to build. As you can see, that's all the containers that are in place, except for that's just obviously temporarily being put there. That's not on any foundations, which it will be, but these 3 here do have, they are on their posts that we put a while ago. Yeah, so that's what's happening today. I'll go and show you the guy with his little digger and how he goes during the day. There's Adam digging away with his little digger. Let's see how long this takes. Reg is just trying to get the leveler sorted so we can get the right levels for Adam. Or Adam will get the levels for us.
That's how much it needs to be.
That's the lowest point too, and it's pretty deep.
Yeah, and then that's how, look how high it's still.
What?
Look, that's how deep it needs to be, yeah? Like
20.
That's 20.
Right.
20 centimetre deep it needs to be. And look how much it's going up.
Crikey's, come Zelda.
It's a big job.
So this is the lowest point, and it's already, I reckon, 1/2 metre at least at the fence line. So that other highest point, goodness knows, I said about 90, I think. something. So we just got off a call with the builder. Exciting news, extremely exciting news for us. He's starting next week. The ground is well and truly dry, and we're just working out the specifications of what he's got to do, how long it's going to take, how high the back of the house will be from ground level, because obviously the land slopes down. So he said it's about 950 up. I think that was from ground to house or floor. I'm not 100% now, but that's quite a bit. So I just wanted to have a look. At the moment it's on stilts. Here, grab the tape measure. Thank you. What it is at the moment. So how high is it now? Oh, that's
about a meter.
I mean, so not much difference. So show me 950. Which is about
950 is up of this.
a minute.
That's 950 here.
To the first
Yeah.
from the ground level.
Give or take, yeah.
Not much difference from where it is now. That's to your waist. You stand next to it, roughly speaking, middle of your abdomen. So that's going to be how high the house is going to sit for the back entry. So
The other one is 450.
So it's going to need how many? We have to work out how many stairs to walk up to the back
And the other one's
patio
450.
deck. Huh? That's interesting. Wow. Gonna have to get Spirit to draw that up visually so I can see. Because when we cover under the house with the battens, whatever it is.
Yeah, which is like that. Look, it's already on this side of the house. It's already.
I'm talking about the sides, the side
Yeah.
covering the gap. We have to put some like certain mesh behind that for the snakes, because we don't want snakes to be living under the house. So what we're going to do today is double check the markings that we did for the house, because Dan will more or less put it where we mark it. So we've got to make sure it's sort of square to the boundary, even though the boundary fence is a bit wonky donkey. And then we've got to mark, oh, it's quite warm in the sun. Got to mark the foundation, the markings for the bungalow as well. Hopefully this is the last week this home will be in this position, in this condition. It's going to be exciting to walk into it when that stage comes and evaluate the condition, the amount of work inside that we have to do. So Adam finished at about 8 p.m. last night. He had to more or less did a 12-hour shift, and Reg just said in the end, just clean it up a bit and finish up, mate, because he'd been here so long, the poor guy. So we've still got quite a bit of digging up the back end there. Yeah, he definitely needed a bigger machine to do the job. That'll be good to see this ready to go for the concrete. So we're just measuring again from the boundary fence line to where we've staked for the house to go, just to make sure it's as level or even square as it can be. Pardon?
I don't think this is the right laser to.
Okay. We were going to laser it, but Reg just said it's not the right laser to do straight lines. Because what we've just figured out is that stake is 37.4 or 5 roughly speaking, and the one at that end is 36.4. 37.5. There's a 10 centimetre difference from the boundary fence. Now we know the boundary fence isn't exact, but 10 centimetres. So what we might do is pick a point and get the builder to say work from here up and across, laser it. I'm sure he can do that because he'll have to laser the concrete stumps as he puts them in. So he can just get his machine just so if we have a point of where we want it, just to make sure the house isn't like that. We'll find out in a week's time.
Hang on one sec.
So we'll use this as the point.
Wait.
Why?
So you want to use this as point.
Well, that's 37.5, right?
Alright.
Well, 37.4. If we go...